Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. I always say that you should a little door open for negotiations, for communication. As bad as the communication might be, as awful your counterpart might be, or how impossible the how should I put it, the outcome of the negotiations could be, leave a little door of having a contact. If you close contact, that means you will not really know what's going on over there. That's one thing that you're missing. And the other one, who knows, things change. And if you don't want to talk, you cannot solve problems. You're going to solve them by other means, which is actions. So actions are not necessarily good sometimes. In this case, we have the situation in Gaza, and we have Israel who's going to accomplish its goals over there, and the United States of America will allow them to do that. They will talk, as I said, from the onset of all this thing in Gaza. I said the United States of America will talk about, hey, you gotta calm down until the Israel forces will finish things over there. And in the United Nations, they will block each and everything. Why? Because they've been doing this for decades. And they just did it last year. And they are prepared to do it again. They're about to have another vote on a humanitarian ceasefire. After what? After 4 months? Is it over yet, Israel? No. United States will veto it. So we have here the Americans. They don't talk to the terrorists. Remember, they don't talk with people that they cannot stand or are too bad for them, or I don't know. Maybe they can't bring counter arguments, like in the case with Russia. The Americans don't want to talk to the Russians because they don't. I think they don't have counter arguments. So, or arguments, and the Russians smack them with their counter arguments. Therefore, they will say, "We don't talk to the Russians. We don't talk to Putin." Well, okay, then let the guns talk, I guess. So what's going on here? Russia brings together Palestinian groups, good and bad, and they will discuss certain things in the Middle East. Now, it's a very important development because in a situation where you have war, you have 2 parties, 3 parties, 4 parties involved over there, you would like to know the reasons, and you bring people together and you try to negotiate. Otherwise, the war will end when one group destroys the other group, basically. Takes over, commands it, controls it. And a lot of things can happen during that kind of situation. I don't like that. All right, let's stay with Australia this time again. We have Ukrainska Pravda. Russia together, representatives of Hamas, Islamic Jihad, and Palestinian factions in Moscow. Now, they say, let's talk, let's see what these guys have to say. I mean, I'm pretty sure they could invite the United States of America, but the Americans will say, no, we don't talk to you, we're better than you. Now, if we're better than you, that means you're worse than I am. That means, you know exactly where I'm going with this. Moscow will host an inter-Palestinian meeting at the end of February, to which Russia has invited all Palestinian organizations, all of them. Non-discriminatory practice. You remember in America, no discrimination? They just tell us that. They don't follow their own rules, let's put it this way. Including Hamas and Islamic Jihad. Remember, I always discriminate between shoes, food, cars, clothes, women, friends, music, art. I always discriminate. I don't like that garbage. I'm not going to buy it. I discriminate against that little painting. I'm going to buy this painting. I discriminate it. Why? Ugly as fuck. I determine that, and you. So you see the thing with discrimination? Or in this, the thing with conspiracy? Yeah, we conspire all the time. I conspire all the time when I go to the store. I conspire what kind of route to get, what kind of car to get, how am I going to drive, how am I going to get dressed, how much money I get with me. I'm going to pay with card, I'm going to pay cash. What am I going to do over there? Or in nature? Or I'm going to go, what store will I go first? Next, what am I buying? This is the list. See, I always conspire. You do the same thing. So when I say, hey, it's a conspiration, yes, it is a conspiration. I always conspire how I get, let's say, or how I got let's say, women, you conspire. You think, how am I going to do this? What's going to be my tactic on this one? I'm going to go over there. I'm going to do this. I'm going to use this language. I'm going to do like that. I'm going to pose like this. What clothes will I get? How would I show myself? You conspire all the time. All right, let's move back to this one. So yes, they invite all Palestinian organizations. I think that's great. They should invite Israelis as well and the Americans, but they will not show up. I guarantee you that. Ukrinform news agency citing Mohammed Shtayeh, Prime Minister of the Palestinian National Authority, PNA, in Munich, the insider citing Mikhail Bogdanov, Putin's special representative for the Middle East and Africa. Quote from Shtayeh. Russia has invited all Palestinian factions to meet in Moscow on February 26th, so we will see. If Hamas is ready to reach an understanding with us, then we will be willing to cooperate. Should Hamas not be ready, it will be a different story. What are you talking about? They're going to cooperate with you. They don't have to cooperate with you, Prime Minister of the Palestinian National Authority. They have to cooperate with the guys that are you know what I'm talking about, right? Although the situation of the October 7 was catastrophic for everyone, we do not accept the fact that civilians had been killed. We do not accept the fact that civilians had been killed. This is something we cannot accept, but we cannot allow the cycle of violence to unfold again and again. The Palestinian issue must be resolved. Now is the time to find a solution. About what, 80 years late or so? Thank you very much. Well, sometimes better later than never, but sometimes no. For instance, let's say you like soccer, you like to play soccer, but you don't have a ball to play with. It doesn't matter if you're 80 and then you receive a soccer ball. Let's go and play. Yeah, I received it. Too late means zero. So it says here, Bogdanov claimed that all Palestinian representatives who have their positions in different countries, including Syria and Lebanon, and other countries in the regions, were invited to the event in Moscow. Great initiative, great initiative. For reference, the Islamic Jihad movement in Palestine is an Islamic Arab paramilitary group headquarters in Damascus, Syria, with the official goal of waging a religious war, destroying Israel, and creating a Palestinian Islamic state throughout Palestine. So this is Ukrainska Pravda. What do you expect? Don't they have Zelensky over there? Yeah. They gave us the reference. This is what you need to know. Most Western countries, primarily the United States and the EU, as well as Israel, recognize this organization as a terrorist one. Islamic Jihad in turn proclaims Israel, the United States, and pro-Western Arab regimes to be embodiment of imperialism, unquote, and considers them the targets of its struggle. Well, take this out of this. The Russians are unifiers and trying to find peace, a solution. And how do you start doing that? By talking, by saying, hey, what's going on? Why do you do this? Well, it's well known. Why do they do that? You try it with the other guy. Why do you do this? Well, God gave us. Shit, here we go again. So you got all this, and then you got Al Capone grabbed by the balls and shackled by, and here you have it. But at least talk about it. Now that this is the beautiful version of what's going on over there. The ugly version is over there. Is Russia brings together these terrorists in order to strike at the United States of America and counter the garbage in the Middle East brought by the forces of good and in Yemen. And the Russians are saying, you know what, bring all these guys here, and they have their guys over here. The gloves have been taken off maybe a year and a half ago, when the Russians told the Americans, stop or we're going to hurt you. And the guys, Americans are like, you can't hurt us. We're too good, man. You're nothing. You're nothing. And then they went to Africa, went to South America, went in the Middle East, went into Europe, went into Asia. And the Americans now, they don't like it. They don't like it. Things are unleashed. What's going on? Okay, let's do it. So now they're at war really with proxy wars over there. So I think it's a good thing if that is the beautiful version of the situation, trying to talk with the people, hey, what's going on? I'm going to negotiate, I'm going to bring you together. Or the evil one, which be, let's arrange you, I'm going to give you weapons and let's start it. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.